सर्वेभ्यः नमस्काराः। पारायण कौशलवर्धनम् इत्याख्य प्रक्रमे सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। सन्धिज्ञानेन पारायण कौशलवर्धनम्। श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि रामायण श्रीमद् भागवत उदाहरण सहितम्। Effective Parayanam of Granthas like Valmiki Ramayana and Srimad Bhagavata through the knowledge of Sandhis and examples from Valmiki Ramayana and Bhagavatam. This is what we are going to cover in this course. This is a part of the applied Sanskrit series, which Vyoma is launching, where you are going to apply the concepts of grammar to a text. Before entering into the Sandhi, the Padacheda, the Valmiki Ramayana example, etc., we thought that we should spend 2 or 3 classes in introduction. The introductions that we will be doing would be on Varnavichara, because Sandhi is a Varna phenomena. It is a letter phenomenon. Sandhi takes place. Sandhi is a change which is caused between 2 letters. So the change that is caused because of the Sandhi or modification that is caused is between 2 letters. The modification that is caused, the change that is caused is between 2 letters. Hence, we have to understand the letters very well. So that is why we'll be focusing on Varnavichara, Varna Vibhaga, Guditakshara, Sanyuktakshara. How did Panini classify these Varnas as and gave these Varnas as Maheshwara Sutras? Some of these concepts we'll be learning before we enter into the actual topic of Sandhi and Valmiki Ramayana Bhagavata examples. This is how we'll be approaching this course. We have a total of 30 to 35 sessions planned. Bhagavan is going to take us through this. I will try the best. I'll try my best to involve and discuss with the students and participants. People who want to learn genuinely, please raise your hands. When I tell you to raise your hands, you can participate. Please understand your prerequisites before you ask questions. So the first topic that we will be learning is Varnavichara. What will be the learning outcome at the end of this? We will understand a broad concept called Shabda Brahma. What is a Bhasha? What is the fundamental unit of communication? This is what we'll understand. The entire Jagat, Sampurnam idam Jagat, Shabdamayam vartate. This is full of Shabda, sound. And this, the universe is encompassed by this sound. And we say, this is Shabda Brahma. The Paramatma, the Nirguna Parabrahma, has manifested in the form of sound. Shabdasya preranaya eva jagat pravartate. Because of this sound only, the entire universe is actually progressing. This Shabda Brahma has manifested in the form of Vedas. Now, what are these Vedas? These Veda mantras, Vedas, were received by the rishis while meditating in a particular state, probably samadhi or higher state, supernal state. where they could receive the mantras in their brain. And they passed on these mantras to their shishyas. And they said it has got immense benefits if we chant these mantras. This unbroken lineage of the rishis has been instrumental in preserving these Vedas. Now, from these Vedas, we have got the sounds, the Vedic sounds have manifested into a language, which is called bhasha. Bhashyate iti bhasha, that which is spoken and which is used as a means of communication. Samvahana madhyamaha. Why do we need to communicate? We need to exchange our thoughts. And Sanskritam is a samyakrita bhasha, samyakritam Sanskritam, Sanskrita bhasha. It is beautiful and well structured. Why do you require this bhasha? Manavaha sangajivi vartate. He is a social being. He has to interact with other living beings, people, animals, nature, etc. He is vyavahara shila. Always he is transacting. For the vyavahara, you require communication. When you do the sampreshanam or the communication or samvahanam, there is a sentence which is told and there is somebody who is receiving it. Now, I am a teacher of this course. I am communicating through this medium. I am transmitting my thoughts to you. You are receiving this. Now, in communication, the most important thing is there should be no transmission loss. It should be minimized to the maximum. Today we have recordings. Today we have a lot of methods by which we can reduce the transmission loss in the transactions. Now, how do we transact between two people? What is that I am essentially using when I am talking to you now? I am having some thoughts in my mind, which I want to share with you. And I am using vakyam, sentences to communicate them. So vakyena bhavanayaha vicharasya abhivyaktihi bhavati. For that you need bhasha. So bhasha consists of sentences. Now suppose we need to understand what is there in Ramayana, what is there in the Vedas, what is there in Bhagavatam. What is that we have to do? We have to learn the language of that text, bhasha of the text, so that we can understand the Rishi Paramparagata Jnana. As we know, it is in Sanskritam. All of us want to study Sanskritam for the sake of understanding the Rishi Paramparagata Jnana. Suppose a guru is giving you Upadesha, for that also you need the Vakyam and the Bhasha. So the component of a language is Vakyam. Whatever is there in the Sanatana Dharma, the subtle points, important concepts, Sukshma Amsha, all that, for that we need Bhasha and Vakyam to understand, to explain also. So if you come to the components of a language, the components of a language are Vakyam, the sentence, Padam, Varna. Now, Vakyam is a sentence which has got a group of words, Artha Pratipadakaha Padanam Samuhaha Vakyam. And these words have got meaning, and a meaningful combination is Vakyam. There are some rules like you should have a verb in a sentence in Sanskritam. All these things are there. Padam, Varnanam Arthavan Samuhaha Padam. It's a group of letters which give a meaning. Suptigantam padam is the niyama in Sanskritam. It should be either a noun or a verb in Sanskrit. Now, what is the fundamental unit? Is Varna. What is this Varna? Varnamala, Varna. Vyavaharasya lagutaraha bhagaha Varnaha. Letter, it means letter, is a fundamental unit of communication. And it is also Swatantra Dhvani. Varna means it's a sound. So that is why we are taking that sound, translates into a Varna, it becomes a script. You can express that sound through a script. Then it becomes a Varna, which has both a script and a sound attached to it. So basically it is a Swatantra Dhvani that we are seeing here. And it is the last unit of the Bhasha. Fundamental unit of the Bhasha. So from Varna, words are created. From words, sentences are created. From sentences, our transactions, our bhavana, abhivyakti, etc. happens. There is a structure to the language. All this is put it in a structure, and this is called language. And all this together from the language. This is how a language is developed or constructed. The fact is, Samskrita Bhasha has come from the Vedas. So it's very structured. Now, let us take an example. Valmikihi Naradam Paripapracha. Now, if you take Valmikihi Naradam Paripapracha, it is a sentence. It is a Vakyam. Tapaswadhyaya Niratam Tapasvi Vagvidamvaram Naradam Paripapracha Valmikir Munipungavam is the shloka. From that shloka, you get this Vakya, Valmikihi Naradam Paripapracha. Now, Valmikihi Naradam Paripapracha is a Vakya. It has got 3 words, 3 padas. Valmikihi Naradam Paripapracha, 3 words. So this is the pada. These 3 are words. Individually, they are called pada. Valmikihi and Naradam are Subanta are nouns. Paripapracha is a Kriyapadam or a Tiganta. Now, if you go to Valmikihi, it consists of Vakarottara, Akarottara, Lakarottara, Makarottara, Ikarottara, Kakarottara, Ikarottara, Visargaha. It has got Vakara, Va-varna, which is called as Kara. Vakara, Akara, Lakara, L, that is M, E. Suppose if I just pronounce the letters V, A, L, M, E, T, E, Visarga. This is how it is. Same way for Naradam, same way for Parikapracha. So these are the components of a Bhasha. Varnaha. Varnaha, Padani and Vakyam. Now we will understand what are these Varnas and how this classification happens at the end. So in this, these Varnas, where did they come from? Who put it together? How did it how do one learn Varnas? What is the standard methodology that is being practiced across the world? For that, we have to learn something called as Matrika Patha. Understand the terms, etc. Now, all of us are aware of these sounds. Varnas are nothing but sounds. So you have a, I, u, r, l, a, I, o, aha. These are few sounds. You have k, g, g, n, ch, ch, j, j, n, t, t, d, d, n, t, t, d, d, n, p, p, b, b, m, y, r, l, sh, sh, h. These are the Varnas that are explained here. These Varnas, they are called, normally a mother teaches it to the child. So they are called as Matrika Patha. This is the first set of letters which a guru teaches to a uh, to a child who is aspiring for learning Vedas or for Sanskrit. So, what is the meaning of a Varna? It is the last indivisible part of the language. Uh, you can't divide it further. That's why it is also called as Aksharam. Nakshiyate, Naksharati iti Aksharam. So, what is this, sir? Varna is there, Akshara is there. Which one we have to use? Both are correct. Aksharam has got an etymological derivation where it says Ashnoti, Vyapnoti, Artham Ashnute iti Aksharam. That which is indestructible and which is all pervading through its meaning is called Akshara. Akshara, so few Aksharas put together reveal the meaning of the word. What is the difference between a Varna and an Akshara? They are interchangeably used. As I told you, if you put together Aksharas, we get the meaning. We say Purnakshara, Punitakshara, Sanyuktakshara. All this we will see now after a few minutes. With this, we will come into the another topic, which is called Varna Vibhaga. Varna Vibhaga is classification of the letters. How many letters are there in Sanskrit? Is it same as Hindi, Gujarati? Is it same as the other Indian languages like Kannada, Telugu? What is it? Because we know that this has come from Vedas, there must be something unique about this language. Is there something unique about this language? If it is there, after understanding the letters, can we understand the classification of these letters? And can we have the distinguishing characteristics? How many letters are there in Samskrita Varnamala? Very popular question. Whenever we hear this question, we will start counting. When you start counting, as per the Matrika Patha, let us go back to the Matrika Patha. This is what is the Matrika Patha. So you have 15 letters here. To out 13 letters plus 2 letters. You have 25. Katuma, you have 25. 25 plus 15. 40. You have 8 letters. 48 letters. This is what everybody will say. But there is more deeper Shastric classification. And we see that there are sounds. Varnamala is nothing but sound. Whenever you have a sound, the sound can be elongated. The sound can be deep. So you have some sounds which are independent. A, I, U, R, L, independent sounds. Little bit dependent on the base sounds. A, I, U, R, E, I, O, Au. Then you have the sounds there. A with 3 on the side. I, U, R, L, E, I, O, Au. Some numbers are also there by the side. Now these are Pluta sounds. They take more time. What is what? So you see here, when I pronounce this, A, I, U, R, L. A, E, U, R, A, I, O, Au. I took more time in pronouncing each letter. Next set. A, E, U, R, L, A, I, O, Au. I took more time. These words which are there here, which are these letters which are there here, which are independent, are called as swaraha. Swayam rajante iti swaraha. A swara is a letter which can be pronounced independently without the help of any other letter. Now, what you saw in the table were swaras. How many swaras are there? Now, in A itself, you are having 3. In E, you are having 3. In U, you are having 3 as per the Shastras. R, you are having 3. In L, you are having 2. In A, you are having 2. Look, in I also you have having 2 classifications. O, 2 classifications. Au, 2 classifications. So now you see how many are there. You will get 22 swaras in this list. Now let us pronounce these letters. K, ch, t, t, p, r. Half letters. These are the indivisible varna. Sir, can we pronounce this as ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, ra? Yes, you can pronounce, but you have to add the letter R to this. See, for example, let us take kagadam, the word paper. Now you only pronounce k, g, d, m. What will happen? You will not be able to pronounce kagadam. If you split the word kagadam, you will know that in between 2 letters k, ga, d, you are having other letters such as the independent sounds also along with this. So the independent sounds which are called as swaras have to join with vyanjanas to produce a sound which is called vyanjana varna, vyanjana akshara. So kagadam can be produced only when k and a, g, a, d, ma, all these sounds join together. So what? So you know that there are, from this, what did we learn from this concept? There are some independent sounds. There are some dependent sounds. Dependent sounds, they take the help of independent sounds and we pronounce them. We pronounce and maybe it will become a word. Now with this background, we will understand the second classification of the, so first classification of the Varnamala was, Varna is nothing but a sound. So there are independent sounds, there are dependent sounds. Now dependent sounds, we have 25 plus 9. How many we have? 25 plus 9. 34 or 30. If you include a la, it becomes 34. If you don't include la, it becomes 33. This la is used only in Vedas, in Vedic Sanskrit. In other languages like Telugu and Kannada, it is there. But la is also there, la is also there. But in Sanskritam, in Vedic Sanskritam, la is there. Next comes these dependent sounds. What are they called? They are called as vyanjanani. Anvag bhavati iti vyanjanam. Anvag bhavati anugachati. They follow the swaras. So vyanjanas or consonants are those letters that cannot be pronounced independently. but need the help of swaras for pronunciation. The example was Kagadam, where Ka had to be pronounced with the help of the letter A. Ka, then only you got Kagadam. You have a third category, which is in Sanskritam, tam, Ramam, Harihi, Guruhu, Shambhuhu. Different kinds of most of the words, they have this two symbols, one dot above the letter and two dots by the side of the letter. This one dot above the letter is called as Anuswara. Two dots by the side of the letter is called Visarga. And you have examples like Kah Karoti, Vriksha Phalati. So when you have Ka, Visarga in front of Ka, Visarga in front of Pa, it is pronounced as half Visarga. So that is called as, so these are having different names, and all put together, all these four put together are called as Ayoga Vahaha. Ayoga Vahaha, what do they mean? Ayoga Vahaha means Yogam Vina Prayogam Vahayanti. These are not classified under Swaras nor Vyanjanas by our Panini or any other grammarian, but they are seen in the usage. They help in the usage. Visarga and Anuswara, Jihvamuliya, Upadmaniya, they help in pronunciation and usage. So they are called as Ayoga Vahaha. Yogam Vina Prayogam Vahayanti. Those which are not classified but are used in usage. In the Bhasha. So now you have Swaras, which are the independent sounds. You have Vyanjanas, which are the dependent sounds. You have Ayogavahas, which are not there in both these categories. So 22 plus 34 plus 4. So many number you got. Then you have another classification called as Yamaha, which is in Vedic grammar. These are used only in the Vedas. So now how many letters plus 4? How many letters we have? 64 letters. Swaraha. Let us learn a bit more about this Swaraha, the independent sounds. When you are dealing with independent sounds, as I told you, the sound, how much time you take to pronounce the sound is called matra. Now swaras are divided into hrasva, dirgha and pluta based on the time taken for pronunciation. Ekamatro bhaved hrasvaha, dvimatro dirgha uchyate, trimatrastu pluto jneyah, vyanjanam tvardhamatrakam. Ekamatro bhaved hrasvaha. Hrasvaswara takes one matra for pronunciation. Dvimatro dirgha uchyate. Dirghaswara takes two matras for pronunciation. Trimatrastu plutogyeha. Trimatrastu ityukte trimatra and more. Pluta can be three and more. Vyanjanantu ardhamatrakam. That k, g and all that we saw, those are Vyanjana Varnas, which are the dependent sounds. So the pure Vyanjana Varna will only have ardhamatra. It takes only half a matra for pronunciation. What is this matra, sir? What is the measure of this matra, sir? So there are different measures given by grammarians and scholars. One of the accepted measure of a matra is involuntary blinking of the eye. Involuntary blinking of the eye is one matra. Now, hrasvaswara, dirghaswara, if you see, we saw three tier at the time. The first base sounds, which take only one matra for pronunciation, a, I, u, r, l. A, I, u, r, e, I, o, au. Two matras. A, I, U, R, L, A, I, O, O. You have I and O, 4 matras also. In some Vedic texts we find 4 matras of I and O. Only for these two letters we find. They are also called Pluta only. As per Shiksha Shastra, anything greater than 3 is Pluta only. Ekamatra kalena uchcharyamanaha swaraha rasvaha iti uchyate. Vowels which can be pronounced in the time duration of 1 matra, they are called as prasvaswara. Amaraha, Ikshuhu, Utajam, Rishihi. So you see the swaras there. They may be along with the vyanjanas, but still they take 1 matra. Dirgha is, as I told you, 2 matras. A, E, like that. Vowels which can be pronounced in the time duration of 2 matras are called dirgha swaras. Dhara, Ishani, Uru, Eka, Vamoruhu. Trimatra kalena uchcharyamanaha swaraha plutaha. A, I, U, similarly. Next we come to Vyanjanas. Now Vyanjana classification, very easy to classify based on 2 parameters, which is Vargiya Vyanjana and Avargiya Vyanjana. Ka to ma are classified consonants. You divide it into Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga, Pavarga. Each 5 letters, 5 into 5, 20. Vargiya Vyanjanas. Avargiya Vyanjana. Very easy. Based on the amount of prana we need, amount of stress you put to do the pronunciation of that letter, we classify that as Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. We'll see that. Based on the nature of the word itself, Mridu and Karkasha. What is this Mridu and Karkasha? We'll see that also. Now, Vargi Vyanjana, we know there are 25 in number. Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga, Pavarga. Avargi Vyanjana, including La, 9. La is only in Vedas. Mridu Vyanjana. What is this Mridu Vyanjana? So, the same Vyanjanas, for the sake of Sandhi and other purposes, we use a separate classification called Mridu and Karkasha. This Mridu Vyanjana is 3, 4, 5 of all the Vargiya Vyanjanas. Yara, Lava, Ha. So how many letters come under 5 3s are 15 plus 5, 20 Mridu Vyanjanas are there. The same Vyanjanas you classify it differently. So Karkasha Vyanjanas are the first 2 letters of each Varga, Sha, Sha, Sa. So 5 2s are 10 plus 13 letters. These are Karkasha Vyanjanas. Sarvesham Varganam Tritiya Chaturtha Panchama Varnaha Yaralavaha Ityetani Vyanjanani Mridu Vyanjanani Ityuchyante. The list is given. 3rd, 4th and 5th letter of each Varga, Yaralavaha, are called Mridu Vyanjanas. Next we come to Karkasha Vyanjanas. Sarvesham Varganam Prathama Dvitiya Varnaha Sha, Sha, Sa Ityetani Vyanjanani Karkasha Vyanjanani Ityuchyante. First and second letter of each Varga, Sha, Sha, Sa, Karkasha Vyanjana. The next classification is Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. So you have 1, 3 and 5, 5th letter. Ya, Ra, La, Va. These are called as Alpa Pranas. 2, 4, second letter of each Varga, 4th letter of each Varga, Sha, Sha, Saha. They are called as Mahapranas. The proof that it is a Mahaprana is The moment I put some stress on my prana, I am having cold and cough, I could experience that cough. Sha, sha, sa, ha. That itself proves that it's a Mahaprana. Sometimes you see the gift, this also is a gift given by God. Cold, cough, and other things. अल्प प्राणाः येषाम् उच्चारणे अल्पः एव प्राणः उपयुज्यते ते अल्प प्राणाः वर्गाणां प्रथमाः तृतीयाश्च वर्णाः अनुनासिकाश्च यरलव इत्येते वर्णाः अल्प प्राणाः महाप्राणाः फर्स्ट थर्ड एंड फिफ्थ लेटर is alpa pranas महाप्राणास् आर येषाम् उच्चारणे अधिकः प्राणः उपयुज्यते ते महाप्राणाः द्वितीयाः चतुर्थाश्च वर्णाः श श स ह एते महाप्राणाः. The letters which utilize more breath during pronunciation are called mahapranas. You have the list. Now we understand for every vyanjana we have three attributes: alpa prana, karkasha or mridu, vargiya or avargiya. Like this we can have three attributes for the vyanjanas. Yaralava are also called as antasthaha. Sha sha saha are also called as ushmanaha. Another name, just have it. Whenever we come across in somebody, I will explain more. We'll get to know more about ayogavahas, anuswara, visarga, jihvamuliya, upadmaniya. This upadmaniya symbol in vyoma we are following this symbol. Normally in the textbooks and all, you will jihvamuliya symbol and upadmaniya symbol will be the same. In order to differentiate, we are doing this. So what is anuswara? Swaram anuprayujyate. On top of a swara, you will have one dot. Anuswaraha swarat paraha prayujyate. That which is employed to the swara is anuswara. Visarga. Visarga is vividatam srijati iti visarga. It manifests itself in different ways. It will become repa, it will become sakara, it will become upadmaniya. So many manifestations it takes place. And that is why it's called visarga. In Vedanta also, sarga is creation, visarga is special creation. Visarga in Vyakarana is the two dots by the side of the letter. Visargantu bindu dvayam vilikya pradarsayanti vyakaranaha. Bhashatagnya. Aha, ihi, uhu. Jihvamuliya is equal to a half visarga. But it should be in front of ka or kha only. Balah karoti, devadattah khanati, ramah karoti, ramah khanati. Examples. Upadmaniya is also similar to half visarga, but it should be in front of pa or pa. Shishuf pibati, vrikshaf phalati, ramah patati, taruh phalati. The last thing that we have to just know is yamaha. We don't come across these kind of yamas in Ramayana or Bhagavata, only in Vedas. If any of the four letters of the varga comes in front of the fifth varna, a similar letter is added as per the rules of Shiksha Shastra, phonetics, called yama. Asikni chakhnatuhu agnihi glanti. These are yamas. Only in Vedas, especially in Rig Pratishakya, they have spoken about this. Now coming to the Varna Vibhaga, the summary of today's class. We have 64 letters, 22 swaras, 34 vyanjanas, 4 ayogavahas, 4 yamas. This chart is a very helpful chart. Request all of you to practice this chart before you come to tomorrow's class. It will be very helpful to understand what kind of a Varna it is. Because in Sandhis, when you split a letter, when you split a word, you split it at the letter level. You need to know what kind of a Varna it is. For Sandhi, you need to know whether it's a Swara, whether it's a Vyanjana. All those, this classification is very, very important. This is the base foundation. And we need to know this classification in this format only. 64 letters only, this format only.